right, so I really haven't paid too much attention to the pouch.
Oh.
So what I want to do is I want to get that in there now. So what I'm going to do is, my pouch is much darker than your pouch. Isn't that funny?
It is, and it looks like a different shape.
It does.
Totally, yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a nice thicker amount of pigment here. So down in the well here, it's very light. So I want to have full control. So I'm going to get this thicker just by throwing up some of the water here, working that and trying to have it stay.
Yeah.
Stay,
yeah.
And now that I've got that there, now I could go ahead and start working the pouch.
Ooh.
So, and I'm gonna go ahead and put that down kind of dark. And I'm gonna stay away from the center here because there's like a little ridge.
The highlight.
And I'm painting towards me. This is all wet on dry. And again, I don't have to worry about blossoms or anything like that because look at how dark this is going to get.
How many more times will you have to paint this?
Hopefully
to get it
not too many.
Yeah?
But each time I go over it, I'm going to add a little bit more texture.
Okay.
So,
I see.
Yeah, because we're going to be getting this dark, but there's texture in here too.
Yes.
And so I'm just finishing a little bit differently than when I had first broke it up with that yellow. So.
Oh, I see. You're leaving some of the yellow.
Right, because look at all that weird vein, like, that movement.
So on this particular area, I'm going to do a wet into wet. Because I'm just going to drop in my pinks and my blues.
Okay.
And you cross your fingers and hope that it stays nice and dark.
Ooh, I love wet and wet.
Yes, I do too. Later on, usually in my paintings, but not at the beginning. I like getting my darks down. So wet into wet doesn't work that well for my darks because it lightens. And then I go, I have to go back in. So I like to just get my darks down right at the beginning. Now my highlight, where your highlight is on yours.
Right here.
Mine is right in this area here.
I see it.
So I'm just going to gently take some water and dance into it and not paint over it. And I'm dropping it in right on the edge here, and I want this to stay nice and dark. Woo, that looks great. I'm happy with that.
Ooh.
Very happy. And you, being on 140, I have to work a little quicker, or you saturate your paper a little bit more than. But I didn't want my paper to be too wet because see how it's a little thicker here, and when I drop it in here,
it's hanging.
It's hanging nicely. Yes. Ooh, I'm going to incorporate that right into there. Let that move, and then I'm going to take the bigger brush and give it a little bit of a helping hand right there. Yes, we want to avoid some of those blossoms. But like you said, doesn't matter if you get blossoms over there. Yeah. Okay, bring it on up.
Lots of pretty colors going on.
Very nice. And the division right there with the purple and the pink, that always drives me a little crazy. So I like to just take a little creative license there, and I like to incorporate it over onto the other side, so it doesn't look like it's just divided in half.
It looks beautiful. And look at how you danced around your whites. You
I
saved
did.
them.
I'm saving them,
There's the applause. She did it. She did it.
Okay, now right up here, there's a nice little dark area right there. And I'm going to finish this off right here. I'm bringing a little bit more red, and I'm going to incorporate some of the coral. Ooh, a lot of the coral right here. And do you see?
Yes, it's
nice,
beautiful.
Deep and dark red. Yes. Wow.
Ooh.
Wow. And
yours is so colorful. I'm
isn't
loving
it? I mean, it's like, well, same little. I'm going to bring it all the way up here too. Okay.
And looks like there's a little bit of a white tip there.
There is.
Oh, you got it.
I'm
good.
gonna leave it. Yes, I saw it. Yes, that would drive you nuts if I covered that up, right?
More nuts.
Yes, and gonna bring in a little yellow right here, and that's the tail end of the warm glow that's going to start happening in here. And I'm actually going to
look at you go.
I know.
Over.
Yeah. Don't go back in. No, I do. Because I can see when it's okay, because I can
Right.
just go ahead. But I have to bring, if I start a little
Bridge
bit
the
of,
shapes and the colors. Right.
yeah, so I'm going to let this dry, and it will get one more pass of warm tones.
So this is a place where I with the darks, I want to incorporate, instead of just using black, or I like to use the colors that I've been using.
Right.
So it incorporates real easy, and so I'm using Hooker's Green, quinacridone magenta, and a little bit of phthalo blue.
Nice
And
combo there, guy.
So,
Look
and
at
what
you.
happens is,
Yeah.
it turns out I like that little eggplanty color.
Uh-huh.
So, and here we go. See, it's all up in here. Oh, very nice.
There you go.
And
yeah.
so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and do a couple of the polka dots here just to show you.
How dark they're going to really go.
Yeah, the polka dots,
Yeah.
the ticks,
Yeah.
the moles, whatever you want to call it. But here it goes. And look at with that little bit of red there.
Wow.
It just really, you know, because
yeah.
it's like, I don't need to paint it exactly like what it is, but I want to make it a little bit more dramatic or a little bit more pretty. It
And
is
you don't want to
an ugly
make
thing.
it look like just a dot that you
Right.
painted on there. So that red looks like it's hugging the
Right.
petal.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
and that would be a bad thing if you saw that on yourself, you know, a little bit
yes.
of red around the mole.
That would not be good.
Right. But
No.
anyway,
You
so
need to see a doctor right away.
right, run.
Yeah, I would run. Yeah.
And I'm going to add some darks around here also. So I want to reserve and preserve some of those little areas that I had done. Right?
Right. I like that term, reserve and preserve. Because I'm always saying, leave the white. And what does that mean?
Oh.
Leave the white. You know,
Oh,
leave
but
the
that's
paper
so clear,
dry.
though.
Yeah,
That's
yes,
very
and that
clear.
makes it so much clearer. Yes.
Okay. And again, I'm just going to go around and soften that out. And I've got my spaces in there, nice and reserved.
Preserved.
Preserved and reserved. There we go. Can
There.
move out
Oh,
here.
that's so nice. Oh,
And-
that little detail just makes you happy, doesn't it?
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Happy, and that's me happy, huh?
First, before I get to my little ticks, I'm actually going to finish off this area back here. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. That's the area you were working on with all those little
Right.
spots. But mine doesn't look like that. Mine has more,
Right.
it goes from dark to maybe a green and then pink. But I bet if I were to take a magnifying glass, those dots would be in there.
Yeah.
Because I kind of can see them in there. right?
Yeah, very,
Yes.
yeah, it's not very clear there.
Yes, but since you've already painted all those dots, and to avoid having it repeat over and over, I'm going to lay in a warm tone right now.
Okay.
And I have my other colors that are mixed up, and I'm going to keep this nice and wet because I have two different colors of pigment that I'm going to drop in here. One's going to be the darker circle in the middle,
Okay.
and then the pink on the outside.
Right.
So for, I mean, this is really kind of cool because we saw how you glazed this in and you detailed it in and you softened your edges, and now you're going to see the way I'm just going to get her done, right?
Okay.
Right in one big old pass, yes.
Good. Show
Yes,
me.
Show you. Okay, so I'm taking transparent yellow and some of the purple, and I'm getting a nice deep brown right here, and it's thicker. It's on the thicker side. Da, 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 da. Right there, it's just hitting the edge, and I'm just going to let it spread out.
Very
Spread
nice.
out. Go out and play. Go, go. Move, move, move. And I'm doing this fairly quickly because I'm going to take my brush, clean it. And I'm going to come in with this coral red, but it has to be a little bit on the thicker side because while it's wet, I am going to tap, tap, drop, drop, clean my brush, move it around. Ah, yeah, that's what I was looking for. Yes, love it when a plan comes together.
All right.
Look at that. Okay.